Today, we're looking at the MarCell. Now, what is the MarCell? The MarCell is a power, temperature, and humidity monitoring system. All it is, one little box. That's it. Plug it in, put it where you want it, and it monitors your power. So if you lose power, it monitors the temperature of that area, whether it's a room, whether it's a house, an RV, and it also measures the humidity. Now, what we use it for, and what a lot of people use it for, is for campers. So if you're going camping and you are taking your pets with you and you have to run out to the store, or you go out and do something and you leave your pets in the camper, but it's a hot summer day, you want to know if it gets to a certain temperature or it gets above a certain temperature, or you want to know if your camper loses power, whether a breaker trips, whether the campsite loses power, anything. This will let you know immediately, whether it's through text message, email, or even a phone call. It'll tell you if your temperature is going outside of your parameters, whether it's too high or too low. It will tell you if you have lost power, and it will also tell you if your humidity is outside of your parameters. Now, if you do lose power, this does have an internal battery that will last for 24 to 48 hours and will continue monitoring. So this takes a reading every 10 seconds. If it detects that the temperature or the humidity is outside of the parameters that you set, it will automatically, instantly send you either a text message, an email, or voice call to your phone. Now, it does update every 6 to 8 hours to the server, the temperature readings and humidity readings, so that way you can see the history of what the temperature was or the humidity for that given period. So if you do lose power, the power does have to be off for 8 to 10 seconds before it will register and send a notification of a power loss. So if your power just flickers because of a storm or something, it won't send an alert. Now, you can purchase instant updates. The instant updates are 25 cents a piece, and they're sold in packs of 8 for $2. Now, what that does is you can hit the button on the app to say instant update, and it will give you an instant reading of what the temperature is or your humidity is at that given point. Now, you do have to purchase a subscription plan with this. Forgive me, I have my little cheat sheet down here. It's $14.95 if you pay per month. They do have a yearly rate, which is $8.25 a month for a year, which comes out to $99. Or they have a seasonal plan, which is $11 a month, and that's for 4 to 8 months. So you would purchase either anywhere from 4 to 8 months all at once, and it would start when you activate your MarCell. So if you only use it for the summer, when you're going camping for the summer, then you can purchase a seasonal plan, pay for that for how many ever months you want, whether it's 4 up to 8, and you pay for it all at once, and then it starts when you start using it. A funny story, Sensor Life was gracious enough to send this to me for a review. So we took it on our camping trips that we went on, and I hooked it up. Everything's working good. We even went to a campground that had 1 bar of cellular signal, because this works off of cellular. It's not Wi-Fi, which is a plus because sometimes it's really hard to get Wi-Fi in some of these campgrounds. However, so this was hooked up in the camper. I was outside grilling, cooking dinner. My wife was inside cooking stuff inside, and I got a notification saying there was a power loss. But the AC was still working. Nobody came running out saying, hey, what's going on? The power's not on. So I came inside and the status light was blinking, indicating that the power was off. So I checked the breakers, and sure enough, a breaker had tripped, because I guess she was trying to use the microwave and Instapot or something all at once on the same circuit, and it tripped the breaker. This instantaneously let me know that the power had gone out to the device, which led me to check the breakers and saw that the breaker was tripped. Or when we go camping, we camp with our dogs. Once I decided to buy a camper, I knew that we were going to be taking our dogs, because we have one little miniature dachshund that's disabled. He's paralyzed. So we have to take him with us because he's too much to try to get a dog sitter for. And we take our German Shepherd. So I knew I was going to have to find something that would give me the peace of mind that when we leave them in the camper, I know that it's not too hot or it's not too cold, that the power's working, that the AC is still working. So I was looking for something and I found this. And if you look at the website, and I'll post a little snapshot right here, this thing gets great reviews. So I figured I would try it out. The trips that we've used this with so far have been flawless. I haven't had a single problem. As soon as the temperature hit, we have it set at 80. As soon as it hit 80, I got a text message on my phone letting me know that it was outside the parameters. As soon as the power gets cut off, whether it's me doing it on purpose or breaker trips, I got a notification within seconds. I have not had a single problem with this. I have no problems leaving my dogs in the camper if we go out shopping or go out to eat to a restaurant or something, and I know that this thing is going to let me know if something's wrong. Now, the MarCell uses cellular service. It does not use Wi-Fi. MarCell recommends that if you are in the United States to purchase the Verizon unit, and if you're in Canada to purchase the AT&T unit, due to the best coverage between those services in those areas. Now, they do have an add-on for water sensors. They have a water puck that you can purchase and connect it to your MarCell unit. So if you want to put it under a sink or in a basement or anywhere that you want to detect any kind of water leaks, you can purchase the puck. It's around $30. You can connect it to your MarCell, and if you have a water leak or detects any kind of water, it will notify you instantly of a water leak. Another thing I want to add is this is completely movable. If you want to use it in your camper while you're camping, you can put it in your camper. Once you get home, if you want to use it in your house, you can put it in your house to know if your house loses power, if your AC stops working, if your heater stops working. So you set the parameters for the highest temperature and the lowest temperature. So if the temperature falls outside of those parameters, then it will notify you instantly. If you want to move it from room to room, if you want to move it to a vacation home, it's completely removable. All you got to do is unplug it. When you get to your new place, plug it in, put it where you want, it's ready to go. There's no setup. Once the initial setup is done, there's no reset up, there's nothing else that you have to do to get it back to working once you move it. All it needs is power. Once it gets power, it connects to the servers and you're good to go. Now, the great thing about this is it's super light and you can put it anywhere. You can sit it up on a shelf, you can sit it on a counter, or I'll tell you what we did. We put a little piece of Velcro strip on the back of it, and then all we do is stick it right there, right next to the slide. Slide doesn't bother it, doesn't interfere with it when it comes in and out, and it's right next to a power cable or a power outlet. So we just plug it in. Once you plug it in, it'll start powering up. And then once that light turns green, you're done. You're good to go. It's working, it's monitoring, and it's gonna let you know as soon as something's wrong. Whether it's too hot, too cold, you lose power, or your humidity is out of the range that you've set. So if you're in the market for a temperature, power, and a humidity monitoring system, whether it's for your camper to keep checks on your pets while you're camping, or it's for a vacation home, or if it's for your own home or a greenhouse, I would highly recommend this device. I've used it for a couple months now, several camping trips, haven't had any problems with it. Like I said, we even had a campground that had 1 bar of cell service and it still worked. I could barely make a phone call. It wasn't even worth trying to get on the internet on my phone because the cell service was so spotty. And the MarCell still connected, still updated it. It still notified me if there were any issues, whether it was a power loss or the temperature. So you definitely will not go wrong with using this device, especially for the peace of mind. So if you'd like to check out the MarCell, I'll leave a link in the description below. Thanks for watching my video and see you next time.